I'm starting the recording now. For those of you who may have been on last night's presentation, we actually had an awesome presentation, and we're going to do some of the best practices that we did last night on this call. But I forgot to actually hit the record button. Oh boy. So it happens sometimes. Okay. Alrighty, so what do we got here? We've got, okay, got a little bit of a good crowd here today. Thank you again for attending. Let's get started. I'm just curious, just to get a little interaction going. How about getting started with some questions that maybe, some overriding stuff, not one-off questions, but maybe just things in general. We've had some training that's already taken place. So, what kind of questions maybe are out there that, as we kind of get into this day 3 wrap up, that can help you? Okay, well, I see one here. If the business were to buy the software at $9.97, how much would they pay per month? Yes, it's still going to be $97 a month. Still $97 a month for the subscription. The difference between that $9.97 and the $4.97, that $500 is really just higher level education and training and strategy building. In fact, today we will give you you'll be able to, we'll go into it's called Extreme. From ALT, it's called Extreme. As we get into soon some of the affiliates with a gentleman named Terry Wilson, who's one of the top network marketer, or should I say digital marketers in the country. We're going to have some other even more opportunities to sell that Extreme package, and the way it's packaged might be a little bit differently. Yeah, Terry Wilson, yes, he is. You're going to find, you'll hear that name more as we move forward. So yeah, Terry Wilson. In fact, if you go to give you a little insight here, if you go to, do you all see my chat too? So I'm going to try to chat here a little bit. Hopefully, I just chatted the website, terrywilson3.com. I would encourage you all to go to that site. You'll learn more about Terry Wilson. These are just other affiliations and opportunities that we have to broaden the amount of products and services that you're going to be able to offer. Okay, so how about any other questions in the meantime? Okay. Ha! Thank you, Loretta. She's saying we're better. Well, we've got a lot going on, that's for sure. That is for sure. But you're going to find, too, our affiliation with Terry is going to be great. And just as kind of a quick overview, remember what a lot of what we're doing is based around a central theme. And that theme is kind of 3 components. That is to identify people like yourself that want to sell and also want to sell from the comfort of your home or even a remote location. But normally it's going to be from your home, but it's that lifestyle. That lifestyle that would allow you to blend your professional and personal lives in more harmony. Kind of that Kapil little philosophy that I shared with you. I think that's a great lifestyle. So that's number 1. Number 2 is for us to be able to provide you support and resources and tips and training and tools and all those things that can help you to perform your chosen profession better so that you can make good money and enjoy it. So that's number 2. And number 3 is to really be on the lookout and have available for you products and services that you can sell, and the good products, things that we've checked out, things that are going to be able to sell remotely, products that you can sell nationally, to give you really an unlimited opportunity to make more and more money. I mean, that's kind of the central theme. Finding people like yourselves that want to work remotely and sell remotely, give you support, and make sure that we help you, help us be a team to be able to perform very well. And number three, have products and services for you to sell. That's kind of our big picture of really what we want to do. Okay, so somebody had a question here. Let me see here. The question is, I'm trying to fix my screen here. All right. When you send us the link for the client to pay for the software, how will the sale have the agent's name on it? Well, we're going to send you a sales tracking sheet, and you are, number one, that you're going to put all your prospects there, but I'm sure you know the sales that you've sent through, and we're going to follow up on those. So when the business actually fulfills that link and pays for it, we get notification right away. So we will match that up with your tracking sheets to make sure. And I mean, if we don't, we'll reach out, but we're hoping we won't need to, because I mean, again, we're asking us to work together on this so that we will just match up. If you make a sale, you're going to let us know that you've made a sale, and anything, look out, to be on the lookout for the confirmation, because we will know. One thing is sending them the link, but they have to complete it, right? They got to complete it. And we know how things work. Sometimes people just don't get to it. They mean to, and you probably are going to have to do some follow-up there. So, okay. All right. Any other questions before we get started? When do you expect us to do live calling? Okay, right away. I mean, right away. There's nothing stopping you from doing it. After today, you should have the mechanisms to do it. I know, like in anything, getting started is the hardest part. It's kind of, you're new at it. You're like in the mud a little bit. Where do I go? It's a little stressful getting started. It's normal. And we'll talk about that today. What's the best way for you all to get started? And we will. I mean, we should. It's kind of like, let's go do it step by step. A lot of what we've talked about already is to identify your vertical market, or markets that you are comfortable in approaching. That would be a starting point. And then it's a matter of, okay, well, who am I going to call out of that vertical market, and how? So that would be your next step. And then from there, getting on that phone, and starting to make some calls. And that's really what it's all about. And from there, you're going to start generating some prospects. And we have a sales tracking sheet that we're going to want you to complete. And we really do want you to send that back to us, because we can also help you with some email marketing and sending emails to them to help you. But we also want to know the activity that's going on, so we have an idea of what's brewing. And also, like the question asked, how do we know whose sale it was? Well, it would be through that. But from there, you're going to start generating prospects. And then once you do, that last stage, you might need some help, especially initially, to close the sale. And I would say at that point, let us know, let myself know, let Chuck know. We can help you. We can give you some resources. By the end of this weekend, we hope to have a whole library of videos that will be available. And I'm probably going to have like a different YouTube account or something different, because I don't think it's a good idea to have those same customers see our sales training where we're talking about closing customers and sell the sizzle and stuff like that. I don't think that's something that people, I don't think you want your customers seeing that side of our business. So we'll have something that's very tailored to customer training and areas like that. So we'll have those videos, and that will help you to make the sale. And Chuck, I don't think we had on the agenda today about Join Me.
No.
So we actually do. There's an application called Join Me that is a free web screen sharing application that can be really helpful for you to do. There's an application of it that actually you can get a free account with them, and it's really all you need that you could share your screen. And one of the nice things about Join Me is that the person who's going to be seeing your screen doesn't even have to download any client like they do with GoToMeeting or GoToWebinar. So you'll just send them a code and a URL, and they can go to, and they can actually then you'll be able to share your screen with them. So you could just help. You can show them stuff on your computer. So. Somebody's asking if we have to leave a message, do we leave our own phone number? Absolutely leave your phone number. Again, you're business owners now. You're business owners. So think like that. There will come a point in the next couple weeks where we're going to launch our virtual call center to everyone. Well, I shouldn't say to everyone. It's going to be to those of you who are actually showing some productivity. And I'm hoping that's all of you. Okay, I'm hoping that's all of you. We're not going to ask for any investment to get into our call center, but we will look for folks who are actually, making something of this, because there's a cost associated with that, because you'll be assigned your own toll-free number and extension, and you'll be able to use it. It's pretty slick. You can take yourself in and out of queue. You can even take yourself out of the call center queue, but keep yourself in queue. That if you had if you just had your own the 800 number promoted, where someone could call you, but it may not even be through the call center activities. It'll make more sense when we do it. But you will, if you're in the call center, you're going to be assigned your own toll-free number and extension. So that's pretty cool. Somebody's asking, does that mean go to the business? I'm not sure what you're asking there. Somebody's saying, does that mean go to the business? Can you explain that question more, please? And also, somebody's asking, is there a website for the NexNoni marketing? Yes, there actually is. Our Kathy Matney, who's also she is the president of NexNoni as well. She's working on actually the website for NexNoni, and it's actually a pretty, we're investing some money in that because of other activities we want, other functionality we want the website to be able to do. So it's just not released yet, but yeah, it's reserved. And in fact, what is it? It's Next. I think it literally is NexNoni. Here, hang tight. It is. Yeah, it's actually www.nexnoni.com. I don't know if it's active yet, though. I think you probably, if you go to it, you'll see one of those like under construction. I don't think it's ready yet, but I just put it out there on the screen, so it's on there. Let's see. Okay, somebody's asking, okay, does it mean to go to the business to show them your screen? No, I mean, it would be from your home office that you could show them your screen remotely over the internet. I mean, that's what Join Me allows you to do. Again, we want this all set up so that you could sell nationwide. I mean, theoretically, there should be no difference in you selling to a business that's 200 yards away versus a business that's 2,000 miles away. There's really no difference in this whole area. That's one of the beauties of it. Somebody's saying I'm in the meeting, but only by phone. I can't stay logged in online, but I'm here. Okay, well, thank you, Sid. I appreciate you being there. And again, this is being recorded as well, so you'll see everything. Okay, so let's get started. Let's get started. Today's day 3, and let's talk about our objectives that we have. Today we're going to talk about the ideas to increase your sales funnel and target markets. We're going to talk and list and define the methods to contact our core team. When we talk core team, we're just talking about kind of our management team. We call it the core team that's being put together. That's going to help you close the sale, and it'll grow. And as we grow, some of you might end up being in the core team. But right now, it's pretty much myself, Chuck, Kathy Matney, and we probably have somebody else that'll be coming on with us soon. And one of the things right now is, we're local to Tampa, and that helps when we meet face to face, but certainly it's not a requirement. So we really, as we grow the core team, it's just going to be kind of like your leadership, your management team that any company has. And I guess it's going to be people that are really taking to this and want to just get involved more in a leadership opportunity. But we're going to talk about the methods to contact us to help you close the sale. We're going to talk about all the onboarding tasks. And when we talk about onboarding, all we mean is kind of like bringing you on board. That's really what we mean there. And I mean, in the relationship that we all have with you as you all being independent sales agents, it's not as extensive as if you were a W-2 employee, maybe getting benefits and the whole area, and it's a lot more extensive to it. But we do have some tasks that we're going to need to be doing over the next week to bring you on board as a 1099 agent. So, and it kind of leads into filling out all the onboarding paperwork. And we want to talk about the next steps and future plans and ideas, because we really do have a lot of stuff brewing. And I hope that means, I hope when you hear us say that you're hearing it as opportunity, not as like, kind of like fly by night. When a company gets started, it certainly creates a lot of opportunity. And, you think of some of the big companies out there, they all started somewhere. I used to work for MCI, as did Chuck, and I know some of those. I don't think we'll ever be a $36 billion company, okay? I'm not setting my sights there like MCI ended up being before they went bankrupt, if you know the story there. But there was a time.
But neither one of that was our fault, though, Jim.
Yeah, there was a time when they got started that some of the initial employees, they actually were being paid by company stock. And of course, those folks, you have, kind of like you hear the stories of the secretaries that end up being worth $100 million, So, there are companies that they get started and they don't know where they're going. And I like to think that we're growing. We're in a good space. We're kind of in the digital marketing space is kind of the space we're in. And with the niche about selling, we're all about building that brand and selling. I just got my oil change this morning, and I'm in the waiting room. And, I meet another entrepreneur who does remote tech support. And he's saying you got a lot of common. There's a lot of business owners out there that want to do stuff. So we're kind of have a niche with the small business space and in selling remotely, kind of that area, which is a pretty popular area to be in nowadays with all the technology. So we'll talk about that a little bit, our future plans. We're going to talk about some of the administrative tasks. Some of these are kind of like onboarding tasks. And we also want to review just what we call our team operating procedures. And these are just kind of procedures that we want to put in place to help with communication and kind of flow and kind of day-to-day expectations so that we run efficiently as a team. So, okay, let's get into it. How to set up your funnel. Okay, when we talk about a funnel, we're really just talking, it's a really something that you're going to hear a lot, especially in a business-to-business sales environment, your sales funnel. And it's really just kind of a tracking sheet. I mean, it's just a list, and you're going to start going from just yellow pages, let's say, yellow pages, to ultimately when you start making contact and you start making contact with folks, they go from just kind of a name on a piece of paper to someone that you've made contact with, and now you have starting to engage them. So they will go really on your funnel sheet, and you hope to take that funnel from the point where you didn't even talk to them, where you start talking to them, and you're making a presentation, and ultimately you're closing the deal. So we want to help you build that funnel, and you get into the science of it. I mean, there's some metrics that you can look at. How many contacts did you make per phone call, and how many presentations or kind of that more focused type of discussion did you have per contact, and how many sales did you close in relation to that presentation. So you can look at it maybe in 4 stages of a sales process. And as you do a lot of this and you get into it, and if you track it, I mean, if you really wanted to track it, you're going to look at some of your own performance, and that could maybe even help you become a better salesperson, where you might identify your strengths and weaknesses. Hope that makes sense. So, but that's what your sales funnel is. And we really would like to get from you all, and we'll have a tracker that we're going to share with you. And probably this weekend, or I would say probably, I'm going to be sending out kind of a comprehensive email that will give you kind of like all the different things in one email, and there'll be some attachments or how to get to them. So that, as we kind of gave you this in piecemeal this week, it'll put it all together and into a document. It'll be a very important document to share with you all. That'll have all these kind of, if there's any tracking sheets, it'll all be in that email. And hopefully that would be one that when you get the email, I hope that you're filing this. You have a special file, a folder on your computer that you start keeping track of the trackers that we send you. Myself, I would have like a master. If I get an attachment in an email, first thing I would do is I'd save it to a folder in my documents, and I probably would save it first as a master sheet. I would save my files as a master sheet, which is just going to be kind of your master. You're not going to edit it. And then when I start taking that sheet and start using it, I would do another save as into more of my active sheet. But this way, everything I've gotten, I would have a master file of. And that would kind of be set away. So if I ever need to get to it, it's somewhere where I can go back. So that's just an example of maybe a way when you start getting these files that you might want to stay organized. I kid a lot and say that I would make a heck of a secretary. I am really good administratively. I've got a little bit of that OC. What's that? I'm kind of a compulsive type of way with organizing, and I'm very meticulous. And I am a good administrator, so I've always thought I've had some good techniques about filing things away. I'm very organized. If you need something, I always know where it is. So I hope you're the same way, because that's also one of the traits of working from home that's really, really important. You're working alone, and you need to be an administrator as well. Because it's just, if not, life can get real hectic. Let's see, working with the core team to strategize how to close the prospects in the sales funnel. There's nothing, we're not opposed to ever calling us directly and, working with you one-on-one to help you, to train you, to get you up to speed, to strategize with you. We'll take it offline. And that's part of what we're promising you, that support. So yeah, let's do it. Let's talk one-on-one as you build it up, because you're into it and you're working out there in the trenches, and you're going to maybe need a little help to strategize or tips. And by us all working together, we'll be able to share a lot of the ideas and content too. So that's part of what we'll do. As we learn things, we will bubble it back up into the group, and kind of that circular benefit that we can share ideas, absorb the ideas, learn more, process it, learn new things, go back and share it again, and you have a very positive circular process where we really feed back to each other information that we've learned. And that's a really good way. I guess they call it synergy, right? And that kind of what synergy is all about. So we really hope that we can generate a lot of synergy in our joint efforts. But certainly by working with each of you one-on-one as you need it, it's going to help you to really close the loop and make sales. So on the last bullet here about following up your sales funnel prospects, it's who it is. It's going to be a continual. And we probably even might want to turn that Excel sheet. I don't know how well a lot of you are at Excel, but I mean, we could add a column or a couple columns in your funnel sheet where you could have, one I'm thinking is like a priority sheet, one that kind of says, is it a hot lead, a moderate lead, or a cold lead? We could have one of last date contacted, things like that. And, that can help you sort and prioritize your information, because you might start off, there could be a point where you might have 400 people in your sales funnel. You're going to have that. And when you start working with data like that, then you can do some interesting things, because you are going to find that as you go to close people, we really hope that you can close people within 3 days of making your presentation. Because if not, and I think you know this from experience, that those folks who kind of are thinking about it, well, they continue to think about it and they never act on it. And that's just part of what selling's all about. And we understand that. It's part of what makes good closers. You got to create that urgency to get it done today. Because if you miss that opportunity, you end up missing it. And that's the frustrating part of selling. But also over time, as you build those maybes into your list, and it's going to build, it's just naturally, some of those will end up closing. Some of those will. It could have been a reason. They might have been on vacation, or they legitimately, maybe they were going out of town, or they had something come up that they just weren't ready to act on it right away. But by keeping in front of them, sooner or later, they will do it. And we're going to help you we're going to help to keep you in front of them using our own tools and our own automation tools to help you. But ultimately, if you create the lead and you stay with us, as an organization, when they close, you're going to get credit for it. So it's just part of it. So just continue to work your funnel and stay in touch with it. Keep it organized. Communicate those back to us. We're going to ask, because if we don't get it back from you, again, you're independent. I realize it's not like we're going to fire you or anything like that. Like, it's one of the nice things, but we're going to help you. We want to help you, and it's a mutual thing. We're all in it together. So, when you generate activity, it's yours, and we're not going to look to steal commissions or, again, we go into it. That's not what we're about. Okay, we go in this when we're working together as a team to help you all close sales. So let's see here. We got here's about communication protocols. Communicating with the core team to close sales. We want to make sure you know our numbers, our emails, and right now I think the main one is Chuck and myself. And so my number, and I got a couple different emails. I think the main ones, and I'll put it there in the email. And they both work because I get them both, but the main ones are jim.martello. Make sure that you spell Martello with one L. All my life, people have been spelling my name with two L's. So I'm putting my emails here. So it's jim.martello@gmail.com. And I also use another one right now. It's jim@tampabaymarketing.net. And pretty soon, I'm sure, once we get the NexNoni active, we have the domain, and we'll probably have something like jim@nexnonimarketing.net or .com, I think is what it is. But right now, that's not active. But the two emails that I sent to you, they would be really good ways of communicating with me on email. And I'm sure Chuck can probably put his email in the chat window as well. But again, all this is going to be in the email, and that we send out and for that. So let's see, emails and phone numbers. We got something here, emergency after hours contact. One of the nice things about being sales versus customer support, I wouldn't say we have emergency a lot of times. We hopefully don't have a lot of emergencies. But as I've always said to all of you, you can call me anytime. Call me anytime. And I mean that. And I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good about picking up your call. And if it's like late and I don't want to take a call, my phone's on. I just turn the ringer off and it'll go to voicemail. So I never have my phone off. When I go to bed, I just plug my phone in to the little charger here, which I got charged, and I keep it charged. But I'll see it the next day. Or texting's another good way to stay in touch. But literally, if it's Sunday at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, call me. It's fine. I tend to go to church on Sunday mornings, and I'm usually done by 10 o'clock. So I won't take my phone to church. but it's sitting in my car. So I mean that. So if you need me, I'm always available, and I'm pretty good about that. So I'm always going to be your contact. And with Chuck, as we get him on board, I don't know if he's as crazy as me, but he's pretty crazy, right, Chuck?
It's a crazy business we're in.
Chuck's, Chuck and I, if you know back, we worked together back in like what, 93, 94. Isn't that crazy? In Colorado for MCI. And here, just through networking, we realized we lived about 15 minutes from each other. Pretty crazy world sometimes. So, okay, we also have this new chat room that we're working in. It's called Hip Chat. And I know the other day when we sent out the invites, you should have gotten an email. I think it actually came from me, and to inviting you to join our group. We have a group in Hip Chat, a chat room called NexNoni. But I know there's probably some of you that have come on board with us since then that maybe didn't get that email. So we're just going to make sure that you get it. But that is going to be the tool that we will use to stay collaborative during the day. And being that there's not that many of us in kind of the quote leadership roles, there could be times where it's not being posted or, but we're hoping that it's going to be effective. And we will, as we grow a little bit, we'll have more people there. And the whole purpose of it could be it's a chat room. So you've used chat rooms before. It's a central area. We can even do file sharing with it. We can send kind of the real-time questions, but it's there. So it could be nice. You're working at home, you're in your computer, it's open, and we might share things. So we're going to look for those kind of tools to help you. There's other things that we could use, but let's kind of take one thing at a time. But we researched some of these applications, looked at the expense. Right now, HipChat doesn't cost a penny. Doesn't cost a penny. And it's pretty effective. And we can share files and so forth. So we'll be using that as kind of our chat room, our collaborative room. So HipChat, kind of get used to that. And we also are going to have team meetings. And we actually need to send the invite out. I'll send the invite out through a WebEx, a GoToWebinar meeting. But as we stated, we're going to have our like team meetings, training sessions, just kind of come together formally every Wednesday, twice during the day on Wednesday at 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. Eastern. So, and you're going to find when we say times, we will always be communicating times in East Coast times. So you need to convert that to your local time if you're not in East Coast, okay? So, sometimes I hear people say, well, does that mean I'm in this time? I mean, I'm like, well, I would just kind of say you got to figure that out, okay? If you're on the Pacific time and 1 o'clock means it's going to be 10 o'clock a.m. and 4 p.m. 4 p.m. Pacific. So if you're in California, we have Wednesday meetings at 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. on Wednesdays, so you get the picture. So that's when our team meetings are going to be, and they will be GoToWebinar meetings. Okay. Future direction. We've kind of talked about it. We have talked about it, but again, that whole, the main central point is that brand about working with sales professionals who want to work from home, work remotely, aggregate everybody, create a lot of community and people working together, ways that we can share ideas. And I can tell you, folks, our goal is to have it in the thousands of people. Done a lot of recruiting, but we have just scratched the surface. I haven't even really turned up the jets yet. And we're going to bring people on to help us with the whole recruiting process. But we literally I have a goal of having 10,000 people in our community. And, it's going to take some time, but there's a market for it. People love working from home. How often you're driving at 4 o'clock, let's say you're out somewhere and you just see this traffic jam. I mean, Chuck and I saw it the other day when we were coming back from a client. I mean, we've seen it. And we're just thinking, my God, could you imagine having to be in that twice a day? Oh, God, it's like we've been there. I used to live in the Washington, D.C. area. I've been there. And it's like, God, I don't want to be there anymore. So I like working from home. I like working in shorts and flip-flops and, however I want. If I want to go exercise in the middle of the day, I can. I work on my terms. And that's what we want you to be able to do and enjoy that lifestyle. I personally one day, I want to be able to work from the beach once in a while. And I've even started looking at, I live in Tampa. So I've even looked at like some of the power, like, for your, you can buy like for $5, you can get the little power supply for your phone that gives you like an extra 3 hours on your phone. But I've looked at like something that could, for your laptop and where it's not even that large, and you could, package it and wheel it to the beach, and you could literally have power for the whole day, right? You can. You can have power for the whole day, and I envision getting like a bubble, a little one of those little tent bubbles that you could fold up into a nice little, kind of like thing you could strap around your shoulder, and you have it all set up, and literally in a couple minutes you could set up an office at the beach. I mean, I don't know. I kind of think that'd be pretty cool. A little personal goal, like a little spite to say, yes, I'm doing it. And I hope that you have that kind of feeling about the benefit of working on your terms, working from home. And that's the lifestyle that we want you to have and shoot for, and knowing that that's part of why you want to work from home. So we're with you on that. We want to help you with that. And as we move forward as a team, those are little things we want to share with you, and things that we learn and things that you probably know and share back to us. And that's part of that community that we can all take part in. So that's a big part of it. Bringing on the people, supporting them, making sure that we're there for you. And you're going to find that we're going to, like I also have a domain reserved that's called Work From Home, or I think it's Work at Home, or I forget. It's Work From Home. I think it's Work From Home salespros.com. I actually have that reserved. So pretty soon I want to do something with that website, make it fun, kind of, that's going to be the motivational site. And that's our brand, working from home, but not just working at home. Sometimes work at home gets a kind of a crappy thought, because there's a lot of crap work at home jobs, I don't know. Has anyone out there ever stuffed envelopes thinking you're going to make like $2,000 a week stuffing envelopes? I've never done it, but I've heard people that have done it, and it's a ripoff. There's a lot of ripoff things out there. They paint this thing of a great system, and you sound real exciting, but send us $50 and we'll send you the information. I mean, they're out there. Type work at home in Google, you're going to see a lot of that stuff. I know medical billing is another one. You ever seen that one? Medical billing? That's out there. Here, that's a big ripoff. But I mean, we're really sincere, working from home, but it's all about sales, helping you to sell. And then we want to make sure that we have products and services that are available for you to sell. We realize there's only so many hours in the day, so you can't do 15 different things. But we want to have available for you a variety of things. And you might find, maybe you're going to find that, selling software is just not your cup of tea. Maybe it's just, you don't get it, or you're just not into you. It's just not something you want to do. Well, we want to have other things that you could do, and maybe you'll find things that fit more of who you are and your personality. And that's kind of what we're at, is to have a little bit more of a flair. I can tell you that just this week, we made contact with a company called Diamond Media Solutions. You're going to hear more about them. And actually, Chuck and I, oh man, it's great. They're actually in the Tampa area. I mean, it's drivable. It's like 35 minutes away, 40 minutes from where I live. And they're just they've been in business like 13 years. Great people, small business, but they're knee deep in digital marketing, right in it. And they're like on the creative side. They're an advertising agency, and they have developed what's called push marketing, push email marketing, and it's really cool stuff. And we are going to be able to start selling it for them big time, big time. And you're going to hear more about that probably within the next week or two. And I mean, I don't want to pull you necessarily away from ALT, but again, you're business owners, so maybe you're going to want to do that. But again, we're going to give you that choice. So we're going to expose these to you. But we are super excited with that as well. It's right in our space, and they're great people. and there's even more work that they want to send us our way. So we're looking to make those kind of contacts as well. And I've also got something brewing as well that I haven't shared a lot of, but that's involved in monetizing social media, cutting edge things that we will have access to. That also would be a work at home type of situation. And again, that space, digital, networking, the digital space, and it's all about making money over the internet, real stuff that's involved with advertising and using social media and the internet, all the technology that's out there today. That's kind of our niche and the space that we want to stay in. And as we get more involved with that, I think we're going to find that people will start coming to us. So that's where we're hoping that we're going. You know, we need you. We need you all as the sales professionals, because ultimately you're going to be our product. You know, you will be our product. But we know that if we can bring you on board, support you, and give you products to sell and that you can make a true living from, we're going to feed each other. And remember the other day when I talked about Capil? Remember we talked about Capil? You know, constant and positive improvement in our lives every day. And it's just kind of a homegrown philosophy that I've had. And it's really about blending your professional and personal lives together and knowing that if you are successful in your professional life, you're making good money, you're feeling good about yourself, you feel satisfied and productive, so you're feeling good. And when you feel good in your professional life and you end the day that way, you'll end satisfied and you will enter your personal life in a great spirit. And, you know, aren't you a better person to be around when you're happy in your professional life, aren't you? You know, and, you know, isn't it nice to go out to dinner once in a while? Or isn't it nice to be able to have a car, okay? You know, or even a nice car and knowing you can put gas in it. Or let's say you want to go to the movies or you want to go to the beach, or, you know, your child, you want to be able to have your child go to a good school. And I mean, whatever it is, right? We all have bills to pay. We all have goals. So you got to feed that side. So it's all about, you know, it's all about feeding each other. And when you feed each other, it creates a good lifestyle. And that's what Capil's all about. So somebody just said, yeah, it's a good question. I'm going to segue here. Somebody just asked a question. When they buy the $497 software, do they have the option to upgrade at a later time? Absolutely. In fact, that's what I've done. When I got started in this business, I bought the $497 package. You know, if you heard the story, I started by buying the software, and that's really kind of the way that ALT, Automatic Lead Tools, kind of sells their program. They sell, you buy the software so you can resell it, and that you can also use it as a tool. Anyway, I've elected to really focus on using it as a tool, and instead of trying to sell each of you the software, and some of you, when you first met me, that's the way I presented myself to you. But I really now focused on bringing you on as an agent. And for me personally, I think we can probably make more money by having people as an agent. But if you all wanted to buy the software, you could. But also, as we sell the software for $497, they can upgrade to right now ALT calls it the Extreme package. So that actually, for each of you, will represent an upsell opportunity. Whether it's the same day of the sale or later, all of that's going to represent an upsell, which is even more commission, because you're going to earn a total of $400 for the $997 sale, or if you upgrade, another $200 commission as well. Someone's asking, is that how I got associated with Terry? Yes, that's how I got associated with Terry, where really through the offering, I've gone from just being a franchise owner, and I actually bypassed the extreme level, and I just went right away. And when I realized that I could buy my own virtual call center, I did. And I was able to. I mean, I've been out there a while, and for me, it was kind of like I've been in call centers so much in my life, and it was just, wow, the opportunity to really have something that we can mirror what Terry Wilson does in his call center, but at the same time, we have the capability to do things on our own as well. So I plan to have more of a hybrid and doing some of the other things as well. But yeah, it's pretty cool. And it just shows how you, just by starting one thing, you can do more. And it's kind of a good story because for each of you, you continue to hear me say, you're a business owner, you're a business owner, you know. Well, you guys are, you're business owners. And, you know, there's nothing to stop you from going out and doing a DBA, a doing business as. Here in Florida, you really need to do that. I think it costs $50. You go on like a revenue site with the government, and there's a form you fill out, and I sent it with $50 to the our state capital, Tallahassee. It was all on the site. It was real easy to do, and I have Tampa Bay marketing, and I have coast to coast marketing actually as official DBAs in the state of Florida. So technically, you know, I have an official license to work under those names. I guess if you didn't, you could get fined. You know, you don't want to mess with the government sometimes, right? They could ultimately put clamps on you. But yeah, I have those, and then I actually have a business account with Bank of America. I have a merchant account and everything, and I did all that real simply. But a year or so ago, I was a corporate guy. I've been in corporates all my life, and I just decided to kind of go more entrepreneurial. So, yep, it was somebody saying, yeah, that's kind of how I got started in here. So you can do a lot of things, but for each of you, if you really pursue this kind of lifestyle and kind of way of life that we promote, there's nothing stopping each of you from kind of launching your own little business. You can make enough money with even the way we're set up that you could have people working for you as independent agents. And you think that way. Think if you can start multiplying things. You know, if you're going to make a $200 commission by selling the software, well, what if you had someone help you sell it and you gave them a $100 commission, but you make 100? You know, you get the picture. You know, you could do that. Now, if you ever branched off on your own, you would kind of go in a different direction, and that's fine. But I personally, you know, really want to kind of move down the path of having people on as independent agents and never asking for any investment from you. But again, giving you the opportunity to do things on your own. And I mean, I don't want to get too crazy here, but if some of you have kind of an idea of almost a little, you know, something on the side, I'm always open to talking to you about it. At times, almost kind of like a little mini Shark Tank. I mean, I don't have the money that the people on Shark Tank do, but I don't think there's anything wrong with that method and that methodology. I mean, literally, when I was just getting my oil change here about an hour ago, and I was in the waiting room, I met this gentleman who's he's been doing remote tech support for 13 years, and we're starting to talk. You know, and he's a small business guy, but I said, hey, you ever think of kind of trying to, you know, multiply what you're doing because you got all this expertise? And he kind of said, yeah, but I just don't have the time for it. So we started talking. I don't know what's going to come of it, but you know, what we do, what our business does, we literally can help people grow a business. That's where I know myself, that's where I have a lot of knowledge in from the sales side. So if some of you, you know, have ideas, I mean, you know, let's talk about them. I'd be open to talk to you about it. And using our technologies and our know-how, we can grow a business. We're great at marketing. That's what we specialize in. We're great at marketing, great at selling. So it can feed it. So again, we're talking vision here. And that is kind of what we're all about, trying to work together as a team, talking about vision and helping you all move forward. Yeah, we're going to have a virtual call center. And again, we have to structure it more. In the traditional environment under the ALT and with Terry Wilson, to get into their virtual call centers, they always ask for some type of investment. What I mean by that is you'd have to buy the software to get into the call center. You know, I know I'll give you some history here. They put out ads in Craigslist, and I'm in the call center, so I get these. And some of you who first met me through that would know, you might have seen an ad in Craigslist, and there's nothing wrong with it. They're a little misleading, but I don't know. I mean, they're ads that might say earn $400 a sale by taking incoming calls. That's kind of what the ad says. And so it's like, wow, I can make $1,500 a week taking incoming calls from my home. So that's great. So I get calls for that. And people are calling initially. And so it's like, yeah, you can make $400 a sale taking incoming calls. You don't have to make any outbound calls. You can set your own hours. You can work as little or as much as you want. It's really cool. And people are like, ah, that's awesome. I love it. Okay, so they're excited. So I'll send you information. And then usually I might say, and by the way, you could actually buy the software too. Some people do, some people don't. And it's not like ultimately you're not going to, it's a little misleading because you're generating interest. And then later people might find out, oh, I got to buy the software though. Well, I'm not really ready for that. I'm really needing a job. I need to make money. I'm not here to spend money. So it was just through that I really realized that I think the true opportunity was in helping people to make money without asking for an investment. And that's really where I decided to go down the route of just trying to, like we're working together. And I think that there's more opportunity there for all of us to make a lot more money. But that's just kind of what led me to kind of go down this way. And, I just think that's a better way to go. And I think that, and I'm talking about the virtual call center, the way I would look at it is, if you're out there working productively and you're showing some production, I would say you're going to be in the call center. I'd be foolish not to put you in the call center. And it's just that there's a little bit of an incremental cost in putting people into the call center. You literally will be assigned your own toll-free number and extension, which you can use for other things too. I mean, if you had something, it's pretty cool. When I market a lot on LinkedIn, and if you ever see my posts on LinkedIn, I got them out there today. So encourage you to go look there. I think I have like 45 posts on LinkedIn today, but I use some tools that help with that. But I use my toll-free number for that. I don't want to give my cell phone number out for that, and it gives me a little more flexibility. It's a little bit like it's the one we use is called Ring Central, and that's the one you'll be assigned, and you'll be given your extension. And you actually, here, let me show you. This is kind of cool. I'll give you a little, give me one sec here. Let me see my taskbar. Give me a sec here. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm trying to move my screen. Okay. Here, let me show you something here. And actually, while we're here, I got two monitors, so let me put stuff over here. All right. Okay. Here's my, and I know sometimes when I'm going around your screen might freeze a little bit because I'm on GoToWebinar. Are you seeing like the GoToWebinar screen now? Okay. So let me show you a couple things here. Like with Ring Central, why are you doing that? Okay. With Ring Central, all right, maybe I need to bring up something. Wait a minute. I got a different, I use two browsers. I actually like Chrome. I've gotten away from using Internet Explorer personally. It's just horrible. But here, like what you'll be assigned is something called Ring Central. This is pretty cool. So, and what's my extension here? I don't even. It's 90131, I think is what it is. Wait a minute. Let me think of what my extension is. Let me see. Come on. A minute. Give me a sec. Can't believe I don't know this. Okay, I think it's going to work. Okay, so I'm logging into my Ring Central. Okay, all right, give me a sec here. Give me a sec. Sorry about this, but and the reason it's showing that, I can tell you a little tip. I never take myself out of queue. I never do. So I haven't logged into my Ring Central account because I never take myself out of queue. Little tip here. I just don't. Why? Why do you want to do that? I keep myself in queue all the time, and I get a lot of leads that way. And if I don't want to take a call, I just have it go to my voicemail. So let's see here. But here, let me log in here. What's the code? All right, let's see. All right, 5569. 5569 is that. All right, so what I want to do here is, all right. Yeah, I have a new computer here too. Okay, so here's Ring Central. It's pretty cool. And I actually even have an app. I have an app on my phone too. I have a Ring Central app on my phone that you'll get on your phone. And it's like a little, I have an app there that I'll get calls through. But like here, see up here is the little button, and I can take myself, if you notice here, I can not accept in this area here. I can not accept calls or at all. So I could just take myself out of queue completely if I hit that bottom one, or if I just want to take myself out of the call center queue, but allow me to take calls in general, like like my LinkedIn calls and stuff like that. I can do that. And but again, I literally never take myself out of queue. And it also shows like recent calls and recent messages, voicemail. This is what you'll get assigned. You're going to get assigned an account, and you're going to have a toll-free number that's pretty cool that you can use. So for that, it's pretty slick that you'll be able to use that. Okay. Let me show you a couple things here. That's pretty good. Last night we went into the, I want to move my mic here too. I want you to be able to hear this. Okay, well, wait a minute. Okay, in a second here, I'm going to move my mic to the speaker. So what I'm going to show you here is as if a customer bought the product, when they buy it, they're going to end up getting, and this is a link, right here is a link to purchase right here. And when they click on that link, they're going to end up, and we'll probably, you know how you can edit your link. So we'll edit it so it may not say that. It just make it a little better, but they're going to, here, let me get my tools here. So here, there's an administrative fee. It's really two separate transactions, 97 and 400. And then the customer will end up filling out their name, first name, last name, their email, and their phone number, and they'll select the country. And then they're going to continue that link, and they'll complete the purchase. See, can you all see the screen okay?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So that's pretty important. So that's really what will happen is, and I'll get it out this weekend to you. I don't, Chuck, I guess we didn't put it in this training, but there's going to be a link that you'll have. And again, it's this link here. If you go back, this is the link. So we'll send you a link that you can then send to your prospects who are you're ready to close them, and you'll just instruct them. This is how they'll make a purchase. Really clean. It's really smooth. You don't have to take their credit card information. There's pros and cons for that. I mean, if you were to take their credit card information, it might give you a little bit more control, and you can actually process the order right away. But it may not be a good business practice right now with just people all over the country. You really never know. We haven't vetted to allow them to get access to people's credit card information. Maybe not the best thing to do. So this way it's just real seamless. We'll probably move to maybe something with PayPal. But again, you can send this to them, and then they go on and they put their credit card information in. And then what they will get from the company, they will get from the corporate office their username and login like I did. And then they're actually going to be able to log into the back office. And then what I will get notification that they've completed the purchase. And then again, this is kind of that question earlier, how do we know I made the sale? So that's where we'll work together real time, and we'll look for it, because certainly there's nothing more that I want is to see these come through, because part of that money goes into our merchant account, and ultimately part of that money is going to go into your checking account. That's how you make money. But you'll use that, and they also will get other things. I mean, they're going to get like a link for on-demand webinar and so forth. And this is actually, the back office is kind of geared towards like kind of a buyer of the software, again, to kind of resell the software and to sell it as a tool. It's not really geared as much as selling it as a tool. And what I mean is there's two things: selling it as a system and selling it as a tool. When you're selling it as a system, you're selling it to resell the software, and there's a little bit of a multi-level marketing flair to there. There's nothing wrong with multi-level marketing, but a lot of people, it kind of carries a negative connotation, like a pyramid scheme and things like that. It kind of turns people off. So we really don't want to go there in discussion of a multi-level marketing, because it really isn't. It truly can be sold as a tool, and that's how we're selling it. And to help with that, like when they purchase the product, there's all types of stuff here. There's all types of stuff that they can then do, to set up their profile and things like that. Here, wait a minute, I'm getting a call. See, I'm in the queue right now, so someone's trying to call me. So hang tight. I don't want to miss this lead. I'm not going to pick it up, but wait a minute. Hello? Hello? Hi, can I help you? All right, sorry folks, but that's a lead. Can't miss up on leads. Again, I'm in the queue right now, so I'm getting some calls. Shows you what will happen. But when they get into the website, I mean, these are things that they can get. But I guess to make a long story short here, we're going to put together a welcome email that will be like an educational training email to help with that. And I guess we're talking about future here with Chuck on board. Chuck is, as we grow Chuck's role, Chuck's not only going to help with agent training, he's also going to take leadership on customer training. And that's, I think, a big advantage we have in the way that we are working together with economies of scale, is that we're going to be able to offer better training to our customers, as opposed to if we were just like a one-off franchise owner. You don't have the resource. We're truly a business. So I can imagine that we will have like free live webinars during the week, where customers can go and get free live training. We're going to package this all for you so that you can use this to help close sales. And we're talking about packaging this over the, within the week. You're going to have this, and you're going to have direction, and we'll talk about it. We hope to have a lot of this on Wednesday's meeting to talk to you about. And it really is very important to where we're going with this, because we do want the customers satisfied. We want them to be able to use the software for the tool that it is. And we want them to stay on board, because a big way that you're going to grow your money and your commission is for the customers to continue to stay on board and pay that $97 a month subscription fee that you're going to get at $25 a month. And we kind of modeled it. If you can shoot to do 20 sales a month at just a $500 sale, by the end of the first year at that pace, you will have a monthly commission of $10,000 a month. See, I don't know. And that's just the $500 sale. What if we get you to be able to sell routinely that $1,000 sale, which is really what the businesses should be buying. That really is what they should be getting. And a lot of it's in your mind. Right now you think, if I had started off this to begin with and saying $1,000, that would have been the baseline, right? And reality of it is, for a business, $1,000 isn't that much. It isn't. I'm sorry, it isn't that much money. If it is, they probably aren't a successful business anyway. But it's not a lot of money, especially when you can talk to them about how they can exponentially grow their business, grow their sales. But again, I guess I bring that in compensation. The model that I just talked about of getting your income to be $10,000 a month after 12 months is based on you making 20 $500 sales a month. Well, what if you did 20 $1,000 sales per month? Now, you do the math. 20 times 400 is $8,000. And as you bring on 20 people a month, and we keep them on board, this is what we're talking about. We want them to stay. We want them to make good use of the software, and we'll do that by educating them, because it's a powerful tool. It's a powerful tool. When they stay on board, for this model here, your reoccurring commission will grow $500 a month. 20 times 25 is $500, and if that stays, then the next month a new $500, that's $1,000. Month 3, $1,500. Month 4, it's $2,000. By month 12, that's $6,000 a month. Again, that's a model. That's a model, but that's what we want you to shoot for. So if you were to sell the $1,000 package routinely, let's say you get it down, so by month 12 you're now selling that $1,000 routinely. You're looking then at a what's that? That would be $6,000 in reoccurring commission and $8,000 in upfront commissions. Well, that's 6 and that's $14,000. Again, that's a goal. And some of us sitting here thinking, wow, could I be making $14,000 a month in a year? Well, I wouldn't go out and start buying, and I don't think it'd be smart to start buying 3 Cadillacs and stuff. Certainly that's not good planning. You want to see it, but it's also nice to have a goal, something that's realistic. And we're trying to teach you something that's real, show you how to market it. And you got to work. I mean, it's, I can tell you all the ideas and visions that I have. If I just don't work, it's not going to happen, right? It's not going to happen either. I work hard, and I hope that you work hard and you apply what you've learned and make something of it. So this is what the customer is going to get. And let's see a couple things. ALT Extreme. I know that it's already asked today. Okay, here.
Welcome to your ALT Extreme page. Hopefully, this is not what you're seeing, and you're already being able to view the training.
Can you hear?
Right
in
ALT Extreme.
Yep.
ALT Extreme, once you've made these 2 payments, you're going to have several things unlocked to you. The first, foremost, and probably the best is you're going to learn from the best in the industry at phone broadcasting, at YouTube marketing, at email marketing, and at many others that we're currently adding to ALT Extreme. You're going to know how to turn simple campaigns into the most profitable campaigns that you've ever seen. Now, obviously, I can't guarantee this is going to increase your income because that's not legal. But what I can guarantee you is that you're going to learn from those that are 6, 7, and even 8-figure earners. Those that have made more money online than the 1% of the 1%. That's what you're going to have, the ability to learn from those people, which in any industry, learning from the best of the best is how you get ahead. So what we've done with ALT Extreme is we have given you the best possible knowledge from the most successful people in their industry. That's going to help you use your ALT software on an absolute extreme level. Now also, in ALT Extreme, once you've unlocked this, you also earn the ability to earn $800 commissions. Isn't that fun when you get a commission that says, hey,
now we split that
you
with you.
Another $400 from ALT? Well, you're about to have the ability to have an email that says, hey, You just earned another $800 from ALT. And guess what? When you position yourself with ALT Extreme, no matter who's under you, if they don't have ALT Extreme and someone below them buys it,
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to package kind of ALT probably more for the exposure, the strategy, to the teaching element of it. ALT as a company, a lot of their effort is about selling it as a system, okay? And it's a really important thing, a point I'm trying to make, is that I'm not trying to sell it as a system. We're not trying to sell it as a system. We're really trying to sell it as a tool. So rather than talking about reselling ALT Extreme, we really want ALT Extreme, or really through Terry Wilson, where he markets it a little bit differently. Terry is more focused on using these products as tools. We're going to want to focus on selling it as a tool. What we mean by that is to be able to really understand the digital marketing of it, how to actually have their own. Every business has campaigns. It could be a pizza company, and what when we mean about campaign is that, let's say you're a pizza owner. I mean, someone earlier tonight sent me an email and said they're really not understanding, how to apply it. So let me give you an example of how this could be applied. A simple one. A pizza owner buys this software. Okay, well, I sell pizza. What do I know about this? Well, Mr. Pizza owner, are you interested in launching additional products to help you make money? Oh yeah, I would love to be able to sell lasagna. I would love to be able to sell Greek salads. I would love to be able to offer desserts. I mean, you go to Domino's and they have, look at what Domino's done over the last several years, right? In fact, they've gone from Domino's Pizza to Domino's, if you see their ads. So Domino now sells subs, and they sell pasta, and they sell wings. Same kind of concept. So you're a pizza owner, and all you've done is sell pizzas. Don't you think that if you started selling other things, that it could help them grow their business and increase their customer base? Because people get, pizza has competition, and you want to offer new things. So for that particular pizza owner, a campaign could simply be the introduction of chicken wings. It could be the introduction of extended hours. It could be the introduction of cheesecake, a special cheesecake. It could be a Greek restaurant that now offers baklava or something. Okay, that's what we mean by that. So you're now giving these businesses the opportunity to offer ways to promote new products. So for that pizza owner example, by using the tool, even without the ALT Extreme, they're going to now have the ability to use these tools to help them launch new products. And specifically, they could use the data miner to extract phone numbers from their local zip codes, okay, right there. They could take the phone numbers and upload it to the phone broadcaster, and they could send a tailored phone message out to those people in their local zip code to let them know, hey, this is Joe down the street at Joe's Pizza by the Publix. Been here 10 years. Hopefully you've had our pizza, but I want to tell you about something new that we're offering. I've got now the best chicken wings in town, and I want to introduce them to you, so I'm making you a special deal. Come in over the next week and try our chicken wings at half the price. I want you to try them. They're great. And just for trying them, I'm going to enter you in a raffle where one of you will be able to go on a cruise. I mean, something like that. You're generating excitement, a positive message to the community. And so you launch it, and from there, using the phone broadcaster, they could hit one and transfer to a live agent, or they could hit one and they could order it right there online. I mean, there's a lot of things you can do. You could have them go to a landing page, joespizza.com, or whatever you could secure. That could go to a landing page, and it could be a loyalty page where you put your name and number and your email. We're on those, and then over time, you're now going to get coupons from Joe. Right there, it's a loyalty program that you can use with, and that's an example of a sales funnel. And you could have an on-demand webinar. You click on this link and Joe pops up. Hey, I'm Joe. How you doing? I'm Joe at Joe's Pizza. Come in and visit me. I want to meet you. I mean, real person, real stuff, real product. People can appreciate that. That's an example of using all four of the components. I've just mentioned the data miner. I've just mentioned the phone broadcaster. I've just mentioned the sales funnel. And I've just mentioned the on-demand webinar. And that's an example of, just for a pizza company, how you could use the products. Now, do you think that a customer, a pizza shop, can get $500 value from that? And then ongoing, $97 a month? Do you think that if they really learn to use it, which we will help them learn, that they can get $97 of value from that? Pretty easy answer to me, you know. So someone's saying, is there an email blaster available? Okay, great question. Okay, I've got a couple here. Okay, let's answer Loretta. Great question. Well, there actually is. I can tell you one thing I do is, here, let me show you an example. But also, we're about to start offering through, remember I mentioned Diamond Media Solutions. The product that we're going to sell for them is actually a push notification. That's email marketing. So we're actually going to be able to offer that as a separate product too. But what you can do here is I'm going to show you how the software works. I might have shown this in other ones. We're going to go to the data mining software. Okay. And I'm going to access the software. Hopefully your screen doesn't get delayed. But I'm going to go here. What's going on here? Okay, wait a minute. I clicked the wrong one. All right. Oh, okay, wait a minute. Okay, I'm back. So here's an example where I'm going to go into Google. I'm going to click this, Google. I don't know. You could put in a keyword search here, but let's say that I just put in my zip code. Let's just see what happens when I put in my zip code. See if something comes up here. Got to give it a time. It's compiling information. Takes a little bit, and then it says here. Okay. So here, like 813. That's kind of, you know, that's an area code where I live. See all these 813 numbers? Okay. What's my cell phone number? 813-394-7925. I put in my zip code. I just put in my zip code. And look at this. I mean, these are numbers. So I'm going to complete the extraction. Okay, right here. I just got here 1,810 phone numbers by putting in just my zip code. All right, a different monitor. Let me bring it over. Now, Loretta, your question was about email, and that's fine. But I just wanted to take this advantage too. So here, with the phone numbers, look at all these numbers I just got. So I could take these numbers and I could upload those into the phone broadcaster. Lickety split. I'm sending out phone messages to 33647. Pretty powerful, isn't it? Pretty cool stuff. Now, you know, there's the do not call lists and cell phone numbers. There's stuff that we're aware of that we would help with. You know, there is, you know, other things you need to do to make sure you don't get the, you know, you don't go against any. We follow all the regulations, but that's one way. But also on the email part of it, here, I'm going to download this. Let's see here. Okay, that was quick. So here, these are emails. Are you all familiar with mail merge application and Microsoft Office? I use it all the time when I actually send, you know, like I send you all emails, and you know, I send you all emails. So I'm pretty good on the computer. So like on the emails I send, like, you you know, for even myself, like this is like I use Word, and I'll match it up. I'll match it up to an Excel file. And like I use this for like recruiting when I get all these responses from ZipRecruiter. So I just export it to an Excel file, and I just then send like emails saying I got your resume, call me and stuff. But yeah, that's how you can use it that way from the emails. But we also will be offering a service for email notification. But that's a quick way that you can do the blaster. Somebody's asking, how is this different from having a Facebook social media page who doesn't charge anything? I'm not sure what you mean by that. I mean, you know, I'm not sure. That's passive versus push. Do you all understand the difference between push marketing and passive marketing? If not, you need to understand that, because push marketing is what we're doing. We're pushing out marketing to people. Like an email blast, that's push marketing. A social page means people have to go view it. Now, you could have people go to your page. You know, you could have them go to your page, and that's a landing page. You can have them do that. But Diana, why don't you expand on your question a little bit, because I know you sent one earlier, and this might see if I can help you a little bit, because that's a good question. But let's, you know, hopefully that explains it. The difference between push marketing, you know, and here, let's do a little while we're here. Let me go to here. I'm just going to type in push marketing. Let's talk. Why on? Okay, turn off my keyboard here. I think it's delayed. I'm typing in. It's weird. I think it's just because I'm on GoToMeeting. It's delayed. Sorry, guys. It's just my keyboard's not. I got a wireless keyboard and it's not cooperating. Okay, push marketing. Probably hear me better too. I had my mic away. So here's push marketing. What is push marketing? So, you know, and again, this is an example of how, like, again, you're a business owner and you're getting into this digital marketing space. Learn about it, you know, learn about it. You hear a term, just, you know, put it in Google and learn about it. You know, here, all advertising can fall into two broad categories, push and pull, okay? Push marketing tries to push products towards customers using big ads and attention-grabbing claims, I don't know the claims, to put products into the minds of customers. On the other side of the coin, pull advertising targets the right customers at the right time and pulls them towards a product. So in the example of a Facebook social media page, that is an example of pull marketing. Now, you could use push marketing to get people to go to your landing page, but it alone is pull marketing, and that is there, and it's passive, and it will require someone to actually go there. So, you know, it's push marketing is what we're doing. When we send out a phone broadcast, when we send out an email broadcast, that is an example of push marketing. Now, from there, we could direct them to a landing page that on its own, you know, is kind of the vehicle by which it could then launch a on-demand webinar. Or it could be a landing page that people can go and put in their first name, last name, and email. So now they're into the database, and they go into an autoresponder where over time they're going to start getting emails from the vendor. And then through that, you start becoming familiar with them, or it could be a loyalty program. You know, you want to get on Joe's Pizzas loyalty. You want to be able to get coupons from Joe, because you know that once in a while Joe's going to send you 2-for-1 coupons, and you like his pizza, and you can save $10 a month, right? So you're going to want to get in Joe's loyalty program. Well, that's an example of a sales funnel where, you know, Joe has that. Now, if he's not doing that now, you can educate him on how to do it. So, again, as I showed you right there, a simple way. Started off with go into a couple zip codes you want, get the phone numbers. If you want to be, again, this is aggressive, but nothing wrong with it. You're going to grow your business. You're going to help the business owner grow their business. You're selling pizza in this example, or you're selling cars. Think of a used car dealers. I mean, and again, here in Tampa, you go down like some of the streets here, they're just lined with used car dealers. These are independent business people. You go there, you see them, they're in the parking lot, they got like 50 cars, and they're trying to move them. I have a friend in Gulfport, Mississippi. He's a used car salesman, dealer. He has his own business. He makes about $1,100 profit for every car he sells. My God, and these are people that the owner's right there. They're right there in the office. They don't have a big staff. You're going to be able to reach these people easy. I think car dealerships is a great vertical to sell to all over the country. You know how many car dealerships are in the country? And learn their business. But the fact is, you say, Mr. Car Dealer, how much money do you? And you're talking now like a business owner. You are a business owner when you're calling these people. Okay, so act like one, and you're going to be able to you're going to get great, you're going to converse with them as a business owner. It's a whole different way of speaking. You're talking now at the same level with them. Okay, you're not a salesman. You're a business owner, a business consultant. You are in the business of helping people to grow revenue. That's what you do. That's what you now do. You have the ability to do that. Talk that way. And you're going to get the response from them, not like a salesperson, not like a person you're afraid to talk to them. You've got something now that can help them. And you want to feel it and believe it and learn it. So in this example, when you call that business owner that business owner is, they're looking to put food on the table too. And you can show them how they could sell an extra 10 cars a month, let's say, 10 cars, 5 cars a month. And they might make a profit of $1,000 a car. You've just shown them how they can increase their annual income $60,000. Pretty powerful stuff for something that you could put in their hands tomorrow at just $500. So why don't we get started today, Mr. Customer? I can show you the way. In fact, we're going to offer free training to you weekly. And we will. We're going to have that for you guys. We will. We'll be able to have that. We're going to package it for you over the next week. Okay. I went a little rampage there, but I get charged up, and I want you to be charged up just like I am in your own way. Not everybody's Jim. You're you. You get it. Have fun with it. Get that vigor in what you do. Again, you're a business owner. I keep on saying that, but I can tell you it's so true. And when you approach people like a business owner, you come across as a whole different kind of person. You're not a salesperson. People don't want to buy from salespeople. They don't. People don't want to be sold, but they do want to buy. There's a big difference there. They don't want to buy from salespeople, but they would like to buy from a consultant who knows what they're talking about, who can help them. You're the expert. What you are an expert in is not cars. You're an expert in helping them to sell more cars. Just like today, when I was at and literally this happened today, I was getting my oil changed. I'm sitting there on my computer working away, and I saw a guy right next to me. I could tell he was a business owner. He was on there on his tablet. And now I'm talking to him like a business owner, and he was intrigued because I started talking about something that interests him. I started talking about how he could potentially take his business national. Because I'm actually looking for these kind of opportunities. Like I said, with Diamond Media, I found that last week. So that's kind of like I'm a sales, in a way, I'm trying to grow our business for all of us. But that was an example. But I wasn't trying to sell him. I could have tried to sell him lead generation software. I could have. But I didn't even go that route. I was talking to him about, technology and how you could use the technology to grow the business. So, focus on that, and not necessarily, you can talk about what the software could do, but if you talk more about ultimately what it will do for their lives, for their income. Mr. Customer, what are you going to do with an extra $60,000 a year? Pretty cool problem to have. Maybe you can have some fun with it. But again, and I'm going in a little bit, this is the last day. I want to try to put it together for you, but we're not done here. We're going to continue to be there. But we talked about push marketing, pull marketing. So good, I see that. All right. So let's get into more too. What other things can I show you too? That was pretty cool what I showed you about the extraction, right? That was pretty. That was cool right there. And all I did, I put in my zip code in Tampa, and they were all 813 numbers that came up. Pretty powerful. Pretty powerful. And again, I can help you with this. You know what I mean? When you get a prospect, I mean, number one, as we get to know each other better, I'm going to give you all access to go into the back office. Okay, I got to be careful with that because technically I shouldn't, but I don't know. As I get to, or I can do it for you, whatever. But I can show you. Now there's a question here. I was aware of that part. The blast would be another part. I'm not sure what you mean, but yeah, I mean we don't. This product does not have an email blast. But I'm telling you, we're going to be able to offer, that's the product that we now will, the number one product that we'll have, the solution from Diamond Media Solutions that we'll be making you aware of soon. And actually, it could be something that you could sell along the way. I mean, it's going to complement each other. That's why it's so perfect that you'll be talking to a business about the software, but you could also talk to them about a specific blast campaign that they could do. And they could do both. They can do both. Again, you're in this space now. You're in the space of digital marketing. Very exciting space to be in, folks. And you're knee deep in it now. You're knee deep in it. You're going to be as deep in it as you want to be. Okay, let's just put it that way. As much as you want to be, and we hope that you get knee deep in it because it's a great business to be in our world today. Okay. All right, let's see here. Let me show you some other things that we're going to do. These are some of the tutorials that the customers get access to. And this is what we're going to do is literally, like here's one here. I'm gonna record these on GoToMeeting this weekend. And then from that, I can export it to an MP4 file. And I'm going to have these on YouTube. So I'm literally like here's one on using GetResponse autoresponders. I'll look at them and see which ones are best. But here, this launches, and we're going to play it. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to record them.
Hello guys, in this tutorial we're going to be learning how to integrate our GetResponse autoresponder with our automatic lead tools system so that someone, when they opt in to learn more or go to purchase automatic lead tools, they get dropped into your into your autoresponder with GetResponse. So if you don't already have an autoresponder and you choose to use GetResponse, you can click this button here. It'll take you over to GetResponse. You can purchase your package. GetResponse is a very good autoresponder and one that does allow you to upload leads if you choose to do so from the data miner and stuff like that. So let's learn how to integrate it right now. You first have to log into your autoresponder, and this is inside of my GetResponse account. Now, the next thing you have to do is come to the top. We're going to have to make a new list for those users to land in, because when someone opts in, they have to be placed into a list so that you can connect with them. Okay, so we're going to create a campaign at the top. We're going to drop down and click Create Campaign. All right. That now brings us to the Create a Campaign section, and we're going to choose a name of our campaign.
All right. Well, I know where this. I know where this, the video. That's just I picked one and as an example. Since this is all about trying to put it together and knowing that we haven't completely put everything together for you all, but we will within the week. Let's try to go down a path here because hopefully by now you understand the product. I really do want each of you to send to Chuck and me a vertical or a couple of the verticals you intend to market to, and then knowing how we came up with specific examples, like I've given you a bunch of these today, examples. I want you each to send us some specific examples that you would plan to share with your prospects about how they're going to be able to use it in real terms. That example of the pizza owner who you're saying I can give you, you want to be able to offer additional menu items in addition to just pizza. Yeah, okay, well, I can help you with that. And here's some examples of what you can do. And again, you got to understand, it kind of goes the data mining and the phone broadcaster and the sales funnel and the on-demand webinars. I mean, guys, I hope this isn't rocket science. You got to be creative. And I mean, you're in the space now. You're not salespeople. You are consultants. You're business owners. That's the mentality I need for you really to be in. And once you're there, my goodness, you got something you can sell nationwide and make a ton of money with. That helps people. Now, with all that said, when you're on the front line, you need to be able to kind of say things that we're going to back up. So you need to have confidence that we are going to provide your customers, our customers, with great training and support. We will. Even to the point where you're going to see this probably within the month, where we're going to be able to offer one-on-one training and hand-holding for customers at a little bit of a fee. I can imagine like $45 an hour. I mean, if that a customer could actually, like when you look at this and it could say like autoresponder, what's that? How do I do it? Oh my God, somebody, a certain type of person might get stressed about it. Some people might really get excited about it. But some people who are really not comfortable with technology but want to be able to take advantage of it, you're going to be able to say to them, well, we can even offer you one-on-one hand-holding, and we can help you to deploy these at a minimal price. So we are going to have the ability where you could have people get with them one-on-one and build an autoresponder for them. Or we're going to be able to build their on-demand webinar or help them with their first their phone broadcasting to show them. We're going to have that available and probably even incorporate you in some of the extra profit because we'll monetize it. We'll monetize it a little bit because I'm not going to pay someone $45 an hour to do it, but I'll probably pay someone $15 or $20 an hour to do it. And there's some profit there that we can take part of. Chuck, you look like you're going to say something. No? Oh, okay. I can see Chuck. Okay, but that gives you an idea of just where we're going, because as you create this excitement, you're ultimately going to have people like interested, but that last leg, you need to make sure that they're confident that all this great stuff, for those who maybe get a little bit like flustered on the technology, that you have that element to say, trust me, I understand what you're saying. People can be afraid of technology. We work with people like that all the time. And we have solutions for you, Mr. Customer. I mean, there's a point where they're going to have to believe you. And that's you, That's you. But believe me, we're going to back it up. We will back it up. So, okay. Let's see. Some other questions here. Is somebody saying your screen's flashing in and out? Well, that's probably on your end, too. I mean, and these go to webinars. Sometimes they'll do it. Yeah, when you guys on your flashing from screen to screen, one of the things I'm curious too, I wonder if you're on wireless versus direct connect. One of the things you're going to hear a lot from me in working from home is to make sure that you got the best equipment and technology possible, and it's not a lot of money, what I'm talking about in today's world. Get a 20, when you can, get a 24-inch monitor. I mean, they're cheap. Go to eBay, buy this stuff. And also it makes me think of this. If you're going to be on these webinars or even give demonstrations to customers, you should be on Direct Connect. And you know what I mean? If you have a router, now sometimes where you're located in your house, you don't have the ability to have the actual cord. Like I have a bunch here in my office. I even have one here that I just got one, like when I bring my laptop into my office, my router, I do have a router here, and I just plug it in if I'm going to download updates on my laptop. But I do use my laptop wirelessly. I have it, but like I'm working now from my desktop, and it's directly connected into high-speed internet. So I have really good um, performance on it. But if you're on a wireless right now, that at times is going to impede it. It doesn't mean it's not going to work, but you won't get the same level of performance. Okay, let's just see. Someone's saying offer lead package first, and then leads into, well, Loretta, I love the ideas. So let's talk about some of these offline so to better understand it. So all this is great. I love it. And I know you've been talking on email and you're into it. So yeah, we can collaborate and share it and we can all benefit. Okay, let's see here. Okay, I tell you, we're going to end here soon because we've almost taken the 2 hours. But I think these last 15 minutes, one thing I'd like to say, we're trying to package it for you. Have confidence that we're gonna number one, package up everything we've talked about over the last 3 days. And I am looking to have like one email that I'll send to you that would be like a summary. I'll have like the three, and we're somewhat limited. I might have to put it in the zip file because if I'm sending all these attachments sometimes over email, it gets crammed up. And again, it's a terminology. I hope you know what a zip file is, but a zip file is helpful when you're sending a lot of attachments together, and sometimes your email would only allow a certain amount of attachment, but by using a zip file, you compress it and you can send a bunch, and then you unzip it. Okay, you unzip it when you receive it, and then you can extract it to your computer. I hope that makes sense. But again, another little, it kind of speaks to working from home. You do need to have a certain ability to use technology. Okay, you do. You just do. And you'll be a better work-at-home professional by doing so. But we're looking to package some information to you. We as a company will continue to package our offering. And you got to give a couple weeks for this all, because right now in our own model we're in stage 1, but we're going to be moving into what we are calling stage 2, which is an extension of all that we're offering. We're going to moving into the virtual call center. We're going to have more products and services for you to market. We're going to have better back-end support. We're going to have videos that will be recorded. We're going to have a YouTube site that will be available to you. This stuff will be real soon. We want you to be able to have a lot of things that will be readily available to help you close the deal. It's a little extra stuff that you'll need. So, and there's even other things that I haven't even mentioned on the offerings, but we want to stay focused so that we don't get too abstract and crazy all over the place. We do want to stay focused. And again, it's finding sales professionals who are interested in working from home, supporting you, and offering you products and services to sell. That is our big picture. And all that's the umbrella of what we're trying to work under. A big part of it is supporting you through collaboration on tools like HipChat, good old-fashioned pick up the phone, call me, collaborate that way, but also having additional resources, people resources that will help you. Chuck's a big part of what we're doing now, especially with the training and development. I want to give a big thanks to Chuck for putting together these presentations. If it wasn't for Chuck, I don't know what I would have done. And I thank the Lord for just his or her ability to connect us. It's kind of crazy. Again, Chuck and I worked together in Colorado 20 some years ago. Go figure, right? Go figure. He's from Massachusetts. I'm from Maryland. And here we are 20 some years later finding each other and really finding something we're passionate in that we hope you two are also passionate, because you're all part of this. Chuck, help me here if I'm missing anything, because I'm kind of all over the board here.
No, I think you did a good job, Jim. I just want to reinforce your point of just a couple minutes ago about how you want everybody to take it one step further, so everybody can see exactly what that business owner is all about and have them associated a new product for their business. Why is that? Is because we will separate our selling staff from just an out-and-out salespeople to that consultative attitude that you're looking for, because it shows to the customer or prospective client that we care about them total business, not just this sale of selling them something, but how they can increase their business by doing something extra or adding something or a menu item or delivery service or a coupon for that matter. You know, with the 4 phases that you have with the ALT, I mean, you know, not 30 ads for 0.9 cents phone broadcast. I mean, that's incredible. For very minimal cost, you can have 90 new customers, you know, have an announcement that, you know, from today, because it's snowed outside or the sun came out for the first time, that you come in between, you know, 3 and 5 and you get a 10% discount on a pizza or 2 pizzas or 5 pizzas or whatever they want. And that's a really exciting thought for me, because, you know, everything is possible and everything is on the table for anybody, including all the people like Loretta and Ken, who has great questions all the time. And they're going to have creative ways of approaching this to their customer base and in their funnel that's going to make them, you know, part of the best practices that we want to institute through every salesperson that comes on board.
Thank you, Chuck, on that. There's a question or more of a confirmation, and it says to make sure we're going to have the presentations and other resources available on YouTube this weekend, and the answer is yes. Probably by the end of the weekend. You know, I'll be busy, you know, putting this stuff together. But the actual these presentations, except for last night where I goofed, I said I forgot to hit the record button, but it is being hit right now. But they're on YouTube right now, so you'll actually see both already on YouTube, the Wednesday sessions, the day session on yesterday, and we'll do both sessions today. The PowerPoints I'm sending out as well, and these back office videos, I'll be busy this weekend recording them. I personally want to get better at the whole video area. I haven't spent a whole lot of time on the videos myself. I'm really looking forward to that. And it's not hard. I personally like tools and gadgets. I'm into that, and I'm good with them. So like I'm trying to teach myself some of these video. It's just free. All this stuff's free. It's great. But there's like a soft one. You go in there and type video editing free in Google. You know, there's all types of stuff. And there's one that I've identified. I want to teach myself, and I can make videos. I'm going to be able to. You too. You can do it. Everybody can do it. And I'm going to make some videos. And you know, I even see like sending like having a video go out to you once in a while, or on our YouTube site. And this is where we're going to tell you to go. And for me personally, I love the motivation and that Kapil thing. I love it. I do enjoy it. So there's a lot of content that I'm going to be looking to grab and share with you all. Here's a good one right here while I'm on that topic of inspiration. Here, I want you all to, where is it here? Where is it? I mean, it's here. I don't know which one it's in. Let's see. It's called selfgrowth.com. And let's see here if I can find it. Here, right here. This is a really good website, folks. It's a really good website if you just like content. I'm going to paste it in the window here. Okay. And the number one, that's selfgrowth.com is the website. But then if you even go to, their success, so I got it marked, this part I've bookmarked. And that's, to me, I've always gotten. And like, see right here, it's just cool stuff. It's just cool stuff. Like in my past life in the corporate world, I'd look like a superstar a lot of times by grabbing the stuff and then packaging it and sending it out. I mean, I'm doing now what I've kind of done, and I love it. But here on, I don't know, here in integrity, okay? So you click on integrity. It's a little slower here on there. Okay, it's on WebEx. So here, I don't know, there's like a lot of articles here. So you'll get good content. It's the secret number 10. This is just good stuff. I mean, mind, body, and soul, right? I mean, that's kind of we're into, and it's kind of enriching people. So, Russian dating, okay, I probably shouldn't. That's okay. It's a match site, but here, negotiate. There's just stuff here. There's just a lot of stuff that you can do. And here, let me share this with you. One of my favorite, I think I got it here. One of my favorite words in life is resilience. One of my favorite words in life is resilience. And let's see, do I have that here? But there's like one I got from here about resilience. And yeah. See right here, this was like a Team Capil when I was with Arbitron. I had a team, I called it, that's where I got it from, called Team Capil. This is all old stuff. But here, resilience. This is like one of my favorite things here. Top 10 things that resilient people do. This is really good stuff, folks. I mean, this is stuff for yourself, as a person, as a professional. And I really believe in this stuff. Guys, if you haven't met me yet, I'm on a good day, I'm 5'3". And I was the youngest of 4 boys in a Hispanic family. So, growing up, I got knocked around a little bit. So I had to be resilient. But I happened to kind of walk like I was 6'3". So I got challenged a lot. But I had to be resilient. And it's worked for me. But I really love this word, okay? Resilient people are strong people who realize the importance of having a good social support system, and they're able to surround themselves with supportive friends and family. Resilient people look at the bright side of a situation. They believe in their own strength and their ability to address and overcome any problem. During a crisis, they are good to have around because of their optimism. You're getting the picture here, folks? This is stuff as salespeople we've got to have close to us. If you are a good salesperson, you are resilient. You got to practice it. Okay? Resilient people here, they're connected with what is most important in life, their values, and they see meaning and purpose in what they do. Instead of getting emotional about a situation, they align their thoughts and actions with their values. I mean, we're not talking lead generation software here, folks, are we? We're talking about you as a person. And if you can get yourself wrapped around this stuff, start thinking like a business owner and not a salesperson, and you talk like a winner like you are, this is how I'd like to end today's session, in talking about things like this. Because if you get this in your mind, you are 90% of the way there. You're 90% of the way to making sales. Because again, they're going to buy you. And there are times where every day you're going to need to be resilient, because selling is overcoming objections. And you're going to need to be resilient. So I'll be sharing this kind of stuff with you all. And that's part of what we hope we can share with all of you and part of the experience of NexNoni marketing. It's not only the destination, it is the journey. And by living that journey, your destination will be even sweeter. But it is all part of what we're going to do. And there's a lot of good stuff. But again, I got this, kind of where I started. I got this from that self-growth site here. So it's really good. And here, did I? Yeah, and I put that in. I put that in the chat room. So we'll share that. So, all right, it's 3 o'clock Eastern. We've hit the 2-hour mark, and that's what we had talked about. So good stuff today. We've covered a lot of ground. We're not done yet, folks. We're actually going to meet again tonight at 7 if you wanted to come back. But okay. But anyway, I can stay on a little longer. But is any other questions before we go? Okay, we'll take that as a no. So Chuck, you good?
I'm good.
Okay.
Everybody, thank you.
Everybody, thank you. The session has been recorded. So literally within 15 minutes, I'm going to have it on the YouTube site. Are we meeting on Monday? No, we're not meeting on Monday. But we are meeting every Wednesday. But, number one, if you have any questions, call me, email me. I promise to respond promptly. Chuck will get into the circle here soon as far as that. But over the weekend, I'll try to capsulize everything and summarize it and, try to make it easy to communicate because I don't want everything disjointed. I do want to bring it all together into something that's, easy to communicate with. So we'll be focused on that. So, all right. Well, thank you. I got some good responses here about the training. Yeah, you're going to get your money's worth from us, folks. You are. Probably more than you ever thought. But we're having fun with this. And we hope that fun and enthusiasm is spreading to you as well. So have a great day. Thank you all. We really appreciate you working with us. Have a great day.
Certainly do.
We do. All right. Talk to you all later.